How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Mullen. We can see that is continuing to experience a pullback inside of these markets. Still haven't seen strength above the 9 EMA. I've talked about this in my previous video, and as a result, it's going to continue to make those lower highs and as well as those lower lows. So I'm going to be talking about levels that you need to watch, and also we do have some news that came out with Mullen going back to spend some more cash to acquire an assets of another company that's going to be going bankrupt. But again, we'll talk about that in the video, but I want to remind you that we do have timestamps down below inside the description because I value your time. So we're going to be taking a look at the charts, we're going to take a look at the short interest, and as well as the recent news that came out and how it could have an impact on the stock as well. And of course, that's going to be mixed in with the final thoughts. So let's get into those videos right now. So we're going to take a look at the chart for Mullen. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at 33 cents, being down 2.64%. On the low, it tested 32 cents, and then on the high, testing 35 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 90.292 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 96.604 million shares. So we had below average volume on the day, and we've seen a pullback in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, like I was talking about in previous videos, the longer we trade below this 9 EMA and we continue to have our lower lows and as well as lower high pattern, Mullen's going to continue to pull back, and that's exactly what is happening. So since we do have the 52-week low, which is at 32 cents, and that's an area where it tested overall on the day, it could pull back further. So the next level to watch would be right at 30 cents. You want to see if buyers want to step in at 30 cents on Mullen. If not, that's where we can start seeing 28 cents. As far as for the bullish case scenario for Mullen, you want some price action to come back to the 9 EMA, which is at 41 cents currently. So if Mullen can get back to 41 cents, then you'd want to see a move to the 21 EMA at 51 cents. Again, you need to see some buying pressure coming into this play for it to happen. But as you can see, the 9 EMA continues to be resistance, and just seeing this bearish pattern, it looks like it could continue. But at least you guys know what to look for if it makes a strong move up. So let's see if Mullen can make that move to reclaim 40 cents, and if it does so, then things start looking up. But if not, if we have a rejection at the high of the day, which was at 35 cents, it will come down a bit more as well to the 30-cent range and possibly around 28 cents as well. Let's move on. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information from Mullen. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings for the 27th, we have Fidelity Small Cap Index Fund that purchased 116,964 shares. We see another position of 1,636 shares. We also have RYLD Global X Russell 2000 covered call ETF with a position of 1 share. Really, they gotta announce that. But anyways, we have iShares Morningstar Small Cap ETF that purchased 14,999 shares. We also have TISEX that purchased 320,310 shares. And we also do see here iShares Morningstar Small Cap Value ETF that purchased 52,570 shares. And those are all the filings that we have for the 27th. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 48.16%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 32.39 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 4.4 million, updated 26 minutes ago, and then for the short bell fee rate, it is at 7.64%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 23rd, it was at 45.96, and then for the close of the 26th, it was at 48.16. So that's a bit of an increase right there. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 13.93%, Mullen does continue to have short squeeze potential. So for my final thoughts for Mullen, let's talk about the recent news that came out. So what's going to be happening on October the 7th, there's going to be an auction for a company called Electric Last Mile Solutions. They have gone bankrupt, and what Mullen wants to do is acquire some of their assets. So with that in consideration,
they're going to be spending money, using up capital. So of course, this will have an impact on the value of the company. For my long-term investors out there, this is great news to hear. This could help propel the company forward if they end up getting the winning bid. But for traders out there, or for people who have a short-term focus, who are focused on short-term trades and are looking for a move to the upside, the stock is going to be witnessing a pullback, and that's exactly what you are seeing. As far as for the key levels that you want to be watching is right at 30 cents and as well as 41 cents. The reason why 41 cents is important, it's right where we have the 9 EMA. We need to have strength above this level. We have not proven to do that so far. So the moment we're able to get some strength above 40 cents, that's where I say, you know what, things could start looking interesting. They also do have their tour that is going to be coming up, and this could serve as a catalyst for the play as well. So just make sure you keep your ears to the street or watch my videos so you could stay inside of the loop. And then when we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. But in order for this play to really move, we know it's usually driven by a catalyst. And when a catalyst comes through and we start having buyers come in and that volume pick up, you already know what Mullen could do. But in the meantime, if it continues to pull back and if you are thinking about taking an investment, I'll be waiting for it to actually form a base. You don't want to be caught in the middle of a falling knife. I've talked about this in previous videos already. It is continuing to make 52-week lows. It also did that today as well. So taking that into consideration, if you want a position, make sure you wait for it to form a base. I can't say this more than enough. Don't just buy in and say, well, you know what, this should be the floor. We don't know what the floor is. And before I close this video out, please pay attention to the overall market environment. You already know that we are in a high inflationary environment. Jerome Powell recently went with the 75 basis points, but we see that the market has been selling off for about 6 days, 6 trading days to be exact. So going into tomorrow, if stocks pick up, I want to see if Mullen can move along with them. But the biggest concern is, since this is a company that is not consistently profitable and they are burning through a good amount of cash, we have to make sure that a catalyst comes through soon for it to actually start moving up or for buyers to want to come in. And the reason why this becomes even more crucial is that if we continue to see a pullback in the market and the sell-off continues, and also we see that a lot of plays, especially the ones that are focused on growth companies who are not profitable, continue to pull back, Mullen's just going to follow along. It's only natural. That's just how the market works. So if you're looking for that move back up, please wait for it to form a base before you start jumping in, and make sure you do your homework and your due diligence as well. I'll be talking to you guys real soon, and look out for a video tomorrow.